What if you could live near parks, lakes, top-tier schools, and be just 30 minutes from downtown Minneapolis? Eden Prairie is consistently ranked one of the best places to live, not just in Minnesota, but in the United States. In 2010, Money Magazine ranked it the #1 place to live in the country. Today, we're going to hop into Google Maps, show you where everything is, and show you all about Eden Prairie. So we are going to get into the maps here in just 2 seconds and talk about what makes Eden Prairie so special. But just wanted to touch on it at a high level first. What Eden Prairie really brings to the table is a great balance. Its location is just 12 miles from Minneapolis. You're about 30 minutes away. It brings top-tier park systems, a great school district, a banging job market compared to its suburban brethren. You've got a United Health Group's Optum division based right in Eden Prairie. You have CH Robinson headquartered out of there, and you have some other big employers. It's got a wide variety of real estate, from some fantastic luxury homes to much more entry-level homes, and it's got the light rail coming in 2027. You can see Eden Prairie on the map. So as the crow flies, you got Minneapolis right over here, of course. Eden Prairie obviously down here. It's going to be about 12 to 13 miles from Eden Prairie to downtown Minneapolis, so relatively close. The commuting situation, pretty good, not quite as glamorous as the 12 miles makes it sound. So if you are in Eden Prairie, now, #1, unlike some of the other suburbs around it, there's a decent chance you might be working in Eden Prairie. Eden Prairie's has United Health Group's Optum down there. They've got CH Robinson, Starkey Hearing Technologies. There's some heavy hitter employers in Eden Prairie, so you might end up there. But if you're not, you're probably going downtown. And if you're doing that, how are you? You're probably going to take Highway 212, which connects to 62, and then 62, remember, runs east and west across the metro from there. You've got a number of ways, excuse my art, but you can take 62 and go up 35 north. You can go up 100 and cut over. You can go up 169 and cut over. And there's all kinds of other little sneaky ways in between. Commute's pretty good. Downtown from Eden Prairie, you're probably about 25 to 30 minutes depending on traffic. MSP International Airport, probably 20 to 30 minutes depending on time of day. I will say this chunk of 494 between Eden Prairie and the airport, I am 45 years old, and it sure feels like every day of my life that stretch of 494 has been under construction. It's the case right now. It seems like it's always the case. So traffic in and out of EP can be a little dicey. Once you're in Eden Prairie itself, pretty easy. And if we haven't met yet, my name is Chris. I am a real estate agent, a lifelong Minnesota native with a face made for radio and a resting scowl that can't be beat, but I'm smiling on the inside. Myself, my business partner Trevor, our team, we love to get out into these communities like Eden Prairie. If you're thinking about making a move, reach out. All of our contact information is below. Bang that bell, subscribe so we can keep you up to date on what's happening around Minneapolis, Eden Prairie. Okay, so we're going to start dissecting Eden Prairie here, and I'm old, so I like it when things are organized somewhat. So what we are going to do is we're just going to go, as I often do in these videos, quadrant by quadrant with what the road gives us. So we're going to start here in this northwest corner, and we'll just call out some points of interest and show you guys what's going on. So Eden Prairie, you can see already, as is with Edina, Minnetonka, just look at the green space in this overlay. In this northwest corner is going to be primarily residential neighborhoods. I think housing real estate in general is more affordable in the northern part of Eden Prairie, and you'll find the more ritzy, expensive neighborhoods as you get a bit further south. So you will find some very nice real estate options that are going to be a bit more affordable. Average home price in Eden Prairie is something like $620,000 for a single family home. I'll tell you that if you've got an agent and you're savvy, you can definitely get a nice home in the $400,000 to $500,000. And this whole area, this whole northwest section here is going to be a pretty good bet to find a home that's under $620,000. But there's also some other pretty cool stuff happening up here. This Edenbrook Conservation Area, so I featured this in one of our Minnetonka videos. This is part of this whole Purgatory Park, so you can actually get connected to this whole Eden Conservation Area way up here and meander. There's trails that run way down through that park, and a lot of it is also off-leash dog park area. So my doggy friends, people with dogs, good place to know about. Just sliding over here a little bit east as we get closer to 494, you're gonna find a lot of, there's gonna be some industrial parks tucked back in here. Lifetime Fitness, this is my gym where I love to go, see you there. You can find that here. And then you'll find some other parks, golf courses, things of that nature as we move around. In this northwest corner is also going to be Eden Prairie High School. And this is a very highly rated high school system. The district itself does, regardless of source you look at, comes in ranked very high in the state of Minnesota year in and year out. The district itself serves about 9,000 students. There's only one high school. This is it. It's about 3,000 students, so it's one of the larger ones in the metro. And they've got some pretty cool things going on there. So 50% diverse district minority, 75% of teachers hold an advanced degree. There's over 425 different academic courses and offerings. They've got a cool robotics team. They do a lot of really cool stuff at Eden Prairie High School. Turns out they're also pretty darn good at athletics, something like 96 state championships. I know they won the high school football championship just a few years ago. So Eden Prairie High School, that's where that's going to be, centrally located in Eden Prairie. Round Lake Park, just below that, literally just below the high school. My kids love this one. They got a lake, obviously a beach. They've got a splash pad, tennis courts, big parking lots, some ball fields. So you've got a nice park tucked in there as well. And as we slide over just a little bit to the right here, you'll find Bent Creek Golf Club. That's going to be right here. Cool little golf course. Center of Eden Prairie. I don't know if you guys know this, but there is a million turkeys around Minneapolis and Twin Cities, like all over, like right smack dab in the middle of suburbia. These things sound like helicopters going through the woods, blasting over trees and sticks. Anyway, we're getting off topic. Bent Creek Golf Course in the middle of Eden Prairie. And what's nice about that is you can see there's a lot of townhomes, side-by-side duplexes, things like that around Bent Creek that are semi-affordable. So if you like to golf, we're going to talk about another golf community coming up here that's way more expensive. So Bent Creek Golf Course is in there, and that's a good place to know about it. Rounding out this corner, as we slide over, just tucked into this corner, you know, you're going to find a few things, more commercial options. You're going to find a Lunds & Byerly's, very nice grocery store. You'll get a Menards tucked right in next to a Home Depot. That's right there. Ford dealership, a few other things down in that area. So this whole northwest chunk, you're going to have the high school, I think is probably the highlight. Round Lake Park, a bit of a commercial district. One really cool thing I want to show you that is not in Eden Prairie, do we have any Prince fans in the house? So Prince is a Minnesota native. Question for you. Who is the bigger influence? Because these are both Minnesotans. Would you say Bob Dylan or Prince has a greater influence on music at large? I don't know the answer. You can make a pretty good argument for either. Anyway, Prince is from Minneapolis. Guess what? Here's his house right here, Paisley Park. You can go and take a tour of this thing, and it is pretty darn cool, especially if you're a Prince fan or if you're just going to be visiting the Twin Cities. All right, we are going to slide just a little bit to the east, and we are going to talk about our next section of Eden Prairie. This is actually geographically going to be the smallest section, but there's a lot going on here, guys, and I'm going to see if I can remember it all and not forget it and do this video in 50 takes. We'll just start immediately across 494. If you want a private option, so right in this section is where you're going to find the International School of Minnesota. Now, this is a private boarding school that is actually K through 12, and it's all about academic rigor. There is a major focus on language immersion. You're going to get Chinese, French, Spanish, all kinds of language instruction on a regular basis. It's also non-sectarian, so there is that as well. You will find that right here in this corner of Eden Prairie. The next thing I want to show you guys is this Bryant Lake Park. So there's a whole bunch of parks in Eden Prairie. Bryant Lake is my personal favorite. It's about a 170-acre park. You can see it's obviously centered around Bryant Lake, so it's cleverly named Bryant Lake Park. But I like it because of the diversity. There is a fantastic swim beach. You can rent boats, canoes, things like that, paddle boards. There is a boat ramp, so you will find people water skiing, tubing, doing that kinds of things. You can't see it on the map, but you can see it here. There's a fantastic playground. There is picnic areas. There is all kinds of walking trails through this green space. And pro tip for my dog lovers, so you can park down here at Bryant Lake, hop on this trail with your doggy, walk on up this way, zoom out, And right up here, you can see Bryant Lake Dog Park. So you can take the walking trail, walk the dog up, let the dog off the leash. This is a great park. I used to take my boxer here all the time, run like crazy, and then walk back. You can also park directly at the dog park. You're gonna have a lot of twin homes, things like that, tucked right up in this corner here as well. And then we're going to slide over here, and we are going to find not only one of Eden Prairie's biggest employers, but one of the US's as well. So this is United Health Group's Optum division. Very new campus located right in Eden Prairie, massive employment hub. The light rail system, which we will talk about as well, is also going to stop right by the Optum campus. So that's cool. So this next section here, so you can see how it shapes this triangle right here. So this is called the Golden Triangle. And it's called the Golden Triangle basically because of its economic importance to Eden Prairie. So 20,000 people roughly commute in and out of this area on a daily basis. And as you can see, this is mainly going to be business parks, warehouse space, businesses, things like that. There's a few notable ones in here. So you're going to have Starkey Hearing Technologies. That is North America's largest hearing aid manufacturer, privately owned, really cool company. They are tucked right into the Golden Triangle. You're also going to have another private option for schools. So PIM Arts is going to be quite a different private option than the Minnesota school we just talked about. This is a school that focuses on the arts, and it is tuition free, grades 9 through 12, and it's pretty self-explanatory. It's a high school that strictly focuses on the arts. Off the radar, and this is in our Eden Prairie vlog, as my coolest spot in Eden Prairie is higher power training. So check out our Eden Prairie vlog, especially if you are a fitness person or gym nut. Just trust me on that one. You can see, like I said, it's largely going to be industrial parks just on the western fringe, and this is in our Edina videos extensively, is going to be Braemar Golf Course. So not in Eden Prairie, but it's literally right across the road. Golf course, sports complex, really cool place. And I would not be doing my job if I didn't show you my favorite pizza place. And can we get real about pizza for 2 seconds? Okay, we have 2 kinds of pizza. We have the hoity-toity super thin crust, like arugula, balsamic vinegar, and some kind of fancy salami pizza. Super good stuff, right? I like that kind of pizza. But then you also have the red sauce cheese, like the more like what I would call basic pizza. That's Pizza Luce. I don't know if I can ever pick a best, but Pizza Luce is bomb. And it's located throughout the metro, so you are also going to find one of those tucked right into that pocket of Eden Prairie as well. And Fragment Coffee. There's a lot of coffee shops in Minnesota, probably because it's 5,000 below here in the winter. But just check out some of these pictures. It's probably the most interesting coffee shop I have ever been in. Also tucked right in that corner down by the Golden Triangle. So we are going to hop across 494, which basically turns into 212 and 5, and talk about the southern part of Eden Prairie next. So we're going to jump on the southern side of 212 here for the remainder of this video and show you what Eden Prairie has there. Just to recap, as we saw, the northern part of Eden Prairie is basically Eden Prairie High School. You've got both. Your private options are north of 212, and the rest of it's mostly residential with Bryant Lake Park and a few other things. The southern part of Eden Prairie, as we get on the southern side of 212, is going to be Eden Prairie Center. That's going to be the mall, the shopping, the dining. We'll cover all that. The very southern edge of Eden Prairie, you can look at this on Google Maps, borders right on the Minnesota River Valley, and the Bell Oaks neighborhood of Eden Prairie, which we'll cover. Man, you get some absolutely gorgeous real estate with some stunning views overlooking that valley. We'll also talk about Bearpath, which is perhaps Eden Prairie's most exclusive neighborhood golf course community. Let's check it out. All right, so we are going to start looking at this area directly on the south side of 212. But before we get to that, I did forget one little cool spot on the north side of 212, so I'm just going to hop back over and show you guys that. We talked about Bryant Lake Park quite a bit. There's one nice section of real estate that I wanted to talk about and I forgot it. Beach Road, which is this road running right down here alongside 494. But just on this northwest edge of Bryant Lake, there's probably about 20 homes in here. Beautiful, gorgeous homes, expensive homes, very large homes. I've actually been to a few of these. You can begin to get an idea, but you can't see them from the freeway. If you're on the lake, you can see them, but they're hard to get down to. You can see they've all got these really long driveways, all custom built, millions of dollars, just some beautiful real estate tucked in there. Okay, back to the point at hand. That is going to be Eden Prairie Center. So Eden Prairie Center is just what it sounds like. It is the center of Eden Prairie. It's where most of the hustle and bustle commercial activity happens. You've got your Costco, you've got Walmart, and Target is actually part of the Eden Prairie Mall. So you've got Costco, Walmart, and Target all almost on top of each other. Makes that pretty convenient. The mall itself is right here. If you've seen my videos, you know that I personally am not a massive shopping aficionado, but the Eden Prairie Mall, nice mall, very similar to Ridgedale in Minnetonka. I would say it's not as nice probably as Southdale over in Edina, just not as big. You don't have the high-end options that Edina does. It does have a really cool Shield store. That's a cool spot to bring your kids. There's some interactive stuff in there, a Ferris wheel they can take a ride on. You can begin to see this is really the commercial hub of Eden Prairie, and it's just another kind of interesting point is this Southwest Transit Station. So a cool thing to know about Eden Prairie is the light rail is coming to Eden Prairie in 2027, and this is going to be the southwestern terminus. Terminus, my friends, is a fancy word for endpoint. So you can see the tracks here already being overlaid, but this light rail is going to come up, and this is, don't quote me on this track because this is not it, but it's going to come up through Minnetonka and St. Louis Park, and it's going to go downtown Minneapolis. Don't look at my artwork. The thing to understand and know is that in 2027, the Eden Prairie Center is going to have the light rail tucked right into it, which will bring in, they're predicting about a 30-minute commute time to downtown. So that'll be pretty cool having that mass transit show up. Beyond that, this Southwest Station, this is a major park and ride terminal for the bus. There's a strip mall in here with a few, you've got a Five Guys, Chipotle, a Brick and Bourbon, which is a local chain bar grill type restaurant, Five Guys. We've got a few fast food options tucked right in there. So that's going to be Eden Prairie Center, pretty much smack dab in the middle of Eden Prairie. One thing I do want to talk about in Eden Prairie here a little bit is the dining and the nightlife. Eden Prairie is a fantastic community and it brings a lot to the table. Personally, I feel like it's lacking in the nightlife and restaurant department. So just a little bit about Minnesota. Bars can be open here till 2 a.m. without some kind of special licensing. In Eden Prairie, you are going to find only one option that is ever open till 2 a.m. and that's going to be the national chain Champs. So Thursday, Friday, Saturday nights, I believe Champs is going to be open till 2 a.m. The rest of the week, it closes early. There's nothing else that's even open after midnight. So Eden Prairie is going to shut down, I hate to say early, by midnight on the weekends. There's not much happening in Eden Prairie. I can't think of a single bar or cocktail kind of venue that would pull me into Eden Prairie. For things like that, I'm probably thinking more Edina and actually probably downtown Minneapolis. Dining scene in Eden Prairie, man. Champs is a great example of what you will find in Eden Prairie. You'll find a lot of these, what I would call mid-tier national chains dotted throughout Eden Prairie. I can't tell you there's any 5-star restaurant or some place that's going to make people drive across the metro to come to Eden Prairie to eat. A lot of things like Five Guys, Chipotle, Naf, it's kind of these mid-tier fast food. So where would you eat if you were in Eden Prairie? For me, the best restaurant for me in Eden Prairie is Wildfire, and that's a steak and chop house. And believe it or not, that is actually tucked right into the Eden Prairie Mall. That's for me, I think, the best place in Eden Prairie. Some other local, notable, non-chain options. Tavern 4 and 5, very popular place on Highway 5 that especially gets busy during happy hours and after work type events. There is a Redstone Grill in Eden Prairie. There is one of these in Minnetonka. There's one in Maple Grove. People really like Redstone. They do really good rotisserie chicken. I think it's good. I can't tell you, I think it's amazing. Brick and Bourbon, small local chain. There's one of those tucked into the Southwest Station. We covered that already. And there's also a Crave, which is a very local chain Minnesota restaurant. So those would be the local standouts for me. But I gotta be honest, guys, like dining, nightlife, entertainment, for me, Eden Prairie misses the mark here, but I don't think you're moving to Eden Prairie for its restaurant scene anyway, most likely. I did want to show you guys one last park just to round out this area around Eden Prairie Center because it's built right into the heart and it's a really beautiful park. So this is going to be Purgatory Creek Park Pavilion, and this is almost a 200-acre Park here. So there's the entrance here is really nice. There's a memorial, a Veterans War Memorial, and then you will see this kind of starts to splinter off into trails. So this loop here is about 2.5 miles. But as you can see, it's also connected, so you can get all the way down to Starring Lake, which is really cool. Eden Prairie and so many of these suburbs do so well is connect their green spaces. Just wanted to call that out. You've got your Lifetime Fitness right next to that. 2 of those in Eden Prairie. They really need to get me on the payroll. But it's a really cool park, smack dab in the middle of Eden Prairie. So perhaps one of the most, maybe the most exclusive, but one of the most exclusive for sure communities in the entire Twin Cities metro is going to be this Bearpath community, which is right over here just below 212. And you can see this is literally the Eden Prairie border with Chanhassen right here. So Bearpath is Minnesota's first gated community, established in 1997, built around a Jack Nicklaus themed golf course. And I actually tried to get in here to get you guys some footage, and they stopped me at the gate. It is 24/7 monitored as far as security access. There's about 125 to 150 homes tucked back into this extremely exclusive community. And it's just that, it's its own little community. There's this big wall that goes all the way around the whole thing. Unless you live there or you know somebody, you're not gonna get in. One of the most famous communities in the entire metro. You will find that in Eden Prairie. And I mentioned that the border of Eden Prairie is going to ride right along Bearpath. So just below Bearpath, you will also find Lake Riley. Lake Riley is a really cool spot. Some of the real estate around Lake Riley will have deeded access to the lake. So Lake Riley is just that. They've got a beach, tennis courts, ball fields. I'd say it's a pretty typical Eden Prairie park. Sliding just a little bit, so we're right here, we're on the western edge of Eden Prairie. All residential neighborhoods as you move through here, and I would love to tell you homes in this range are blah. There's a wide variety of range. Starring Lake Park. I think Bryant Lake is my favorite Eden Prairie. Starring Lake is probably a close second. I just like it because of the options, the privacy feeling. You can see this trail. There's about a 2.5 mile loop that goes around this lake. If you get down right into the park itself, there's something for everybody. Disc golf, archery, tennis courts, pickleball courts. Man, pickleball came out of nowhere, huh? Fishing, a visitor center, an amphitheater, just a really nice park, really nice facilities, smack dab in the middle of Eden Prairie. So Starring Lake Park, cool place to be on the radar for my outdoor adventure folks. Here's going to be our eastern edge of Eden Prairie. You're going to find a lot of townhomes, things like that, as you get closer to 169, some of the more affordable options. Smack in the middle of Eden Prairie, you're going to find Flying Cloud Airport. Edina, Minnetonka, no other suburb around here is bringing their own airport, at least of this size and stature, and you will find a lot of private business jets that come in and out of here. This is a busy little airport, so just something to keep in mind. We're almost going to be done here with Eden Prairie. Lion's Tap, my burger friends, that is a burger institution. Cheap burger, it's the kind of place where you'll go order like 4 burgers and eat them all. If you're a burger guy, I highly recommend that. So I think the last thing we're really going to talk about with Eden Prairie is going to be this very southern piece that borders, so you can again see the line. So this area here is the Minnesota River Valley, and most of this in the middle is undeveloped. So I think personally some of my favorite real estate in Eden Prairie is going to be right on this southern edge, this Riverview Road. So this area down here is known as like the Bell Oaks neighborhood of Eden Prairie. Man, some gorgeous real estate in here. You will find homes that probably start tucked in back up in here, 500, 600, 700, but this stuff right on the edge of this Riverview Road, Purdy Road, this stuff tucked up in here, you're probably going to be starting at 800,000 and they will go well into $1 million. Once you cross over Riverview Road and you get some of these homes like these guys on Cavallo Ridge right here, what you can't tell, but maybe you can picture it, these homes are right on the edge of this massive bluff, and then this drops away. So like this guy and all these people in these homes on the edge, sitting on your back deck, your upper level floors in your homes, you've got some fantastic views of the Minnesota River Valley that you would see out the back of these homes that you would never know. So Eden Prairie's got some absolutely stunning real estate. I think for my money, Bearpath and then this Bell Oaks neighborhood is going to have some of the nicest ones, I would think. So that's going to be pretty much it, my friends. The rest of this Minnesota River Valley, is just what it sounds like. There's walking trails that grow through here, marsh, grassland. I like it because if you live along here, you've got no rear neighbors. This Richard T. Conservation Area, also another great spot. The real estate tucked up in this corner around Vogel Farm Road, you're gonna be more probably 700 to a million, still be close to the river valley. This is another little slice that you might wanna consider if you don't quite have the Bell Oaks money, but you wanna be down close to the river valley and just a little bit farther out in Eden Prairie, right around the Richard T. Anderson Conservation Area is going to be a pretty good spot. And that, my friends, is going to be a wrap on our Eden Prairie Google Map Tour. Top-rated schools, fantastic parks, amazing real estate, just 12 miles southwest of Minneapolis. It's easy to see why Eden Prairie is so popular. If you're thinking about making a move, contact information is right here. Shoot me a text, drop us an email. We would love to hear from you. Again, my name is Chris. Thank you for joining us on this video. One quick note, if you guys are really considering a move or looking in some of these areas, the Google Map video, which is what you just watched, works really well in conjunction with the vlog. So we've got an Eden Prairie vlog. Watch the Google Map video and watch the vlog. They mesh and work together really well to give you a really good idea of the area. Thanks again for watching. I'll see you guys again real soon.